If you guys haven't noticed by now, I did actually make some changes to the group. Um, so it will come as no surprise, or it will come as some surprise to some of you. I actually went back to the original name that the community had, Cryptic Reasoning. Cryptic Reasoning. I hope that doesn't affect the algorithm too much. And, people won't have difficulties finding what it is that we're talking about. Yeah, hold on. Give me 1 second. Yeah. But yeah, I hope everyone had a phenomenal day. I hope everyone had a great, great, great day. There's something that I want to talk about tonight. Something that I want to talk about tonight that a lot of people may not necessarily understand. Owen, what's going on, broski? What's going on, my brother over there from England? This is guys. This is Wayne Rooney's cousin. Owen from Liverpool. How could I forget? I can't forget now. Now it's cemented in my head. Wayne Rooney's cousin. Big up yourself. But yeah, one of the biggest reasons why relationships don't work out. I didn't say the, but it's definitely up there with probably the biggest reasons why relationships don't work out. Well, in modern day, people aren't necessarily with the person that they love anyway. People are kind of just together with other people because of what opportunity comes with them being with that individual, or if it's not the opportunity, it may be the fact that they're lonely and they need somebody with them, but for whatever reason, right? But if you're in a relationship and you really care about your partner, your partner cares about you, right? There's no questioning that, right? Keep nosy people out of your relationship. Keep nosy people out of your relationship. 9 times out of 10, those people who are nosy do not have a relationship of their own. So guess what they're going to do for you? They're going to give you advice on how to be alone, right? Not that relationships are always the end all be all, but if you are in a relationship and you are in a relationship where you have a significant other who is one of a kind and you guys are building something together, there are people out there that do not want to see that succeed and will do anything to make sure that it doesn't succeed. And they will disguise themselves as your friends. They will disguise themselves as your family members. They will disguise themselves as people who have your best interest. And they will tell you that the best course of action is for you to leave your significant other and come be lonely with them because it's better. Too busy with your life to live their own. Abdias Ritter says, "Hey man, what's up? James or Curry, both. 5 a.m. I'm tired. This is gonna be a bedtime watch. Not gonna lie, I'm stoned. Hey, big up yourself, Owen. Either way, man, I thank you for tapping in and checking in, guys. There's quite a bit of people in here. Please make sure you're liking the video and subscribing. Yeah, we're definitely getting closer and closer to our 500 subscriber mark. But yeah, guys, these people, I appreciate that, Erica Figueroa. Thank you so much. And I'm sure you are beautiful yourself. Regardless of if I can or cannot see you, you already have a beautiful soul, because the first thing that you did before you even introduced yourself was that you gave a compliment my way. So I'm going to give a compliment back to you. Thank you so much for joining us, and I sincerely appreciate you. And you are a beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous soul. Appreciate you. But imagine that. Imagine you got your relationship with your significant other. You guys start doing things together. You're going to the movies. You're holding hand in hand, right? You guys are just in love. And then you guys have a disagreement. It's two people, right? People don't always agree on things all the time, right? And you guys may have yelled at each other. Okay, all right. It's not the most ideal thing. You guys probably shouldn't have yelled at each other. But then you go and you tell, I don't want to single anyone out, But let's make up a name, right? Simone. You go and you tell Simone. Chances are you go and tell Simone your part of the story. And because you know that Simone is always going to co-sign the stuff that you say, regardless of what it is that you say, you're going to just be one-sided with what you say to Simone. And then here comes Simone telling you, yeah, you know you're right. You should dump him. You don't need him anyway. Get rid of him. And then over time, Simone convinces you to get rid of the person that you were with. And now here you are with Simone, single and alone. Or maybe you found someone else, but they're not quite the same person that you were with before. And it bees like that. Trust me when I tell you, it definitely bees like that. So definitely be mindful of that. Appreciate the subscription. Whoever it is that just subscribed to the channel, thank you so much. What the F is a kilometer, says Skull. Man, you know, you could Google that. I'm pretty sure Google has the answer to that. I'm 100% sure if you Google it, you will find the answer for it. Google is pretty good with stuff like that. So if you want to know what the kilometer is, go ahead and Google it. Owen says, my ex's best friends are the reasons we split. She still messages me, but I wouldn't come back. And I think it's because of them, man. Aha. But bit deep, but yeah. No. I appreciate you. Listen, Owen, I appreciate you sharing that because that is an actual fact, right? It's not just you. It's not a situation where you just been in. There are people like this that are breaking up happy homes all over the world. Because you know why? You know why, Owen? You know why they do that? Because misery just loves company. Right? And some people, they see that you're happy. They see that you're having a successful relationship. And they want it for themselves. And they disguise it as, oh, you know what? It's better to be this way anyway. You don't need that. And then before you know it, you guys are in the same boat. Trust me when I tell you, it's happened to me as well. Believe me when I tell you that. But people don't stop. People don't stop. I'm going to be honest with you. And this is going to sound sexist, but this is not me trying to be sexist, right? Statistically speaking, most of the time it's women that do this. Most of the time it's women that go to their girlfriend and tell their girlfriends. 9 times out of 10, they're not even really telling their girlfriends the whole truth, right? They're just telling them a part of the truth or a complete fabricated story just because they want some attention or some sympathy or whatever. For whatever reason, I don't understand why they do it. Not going to say guys don't do it, because guys do, right? But the ratio where that's concerned, yeah, guys don't do that as often, to be completely honest with you. Erica says facts. I'm not sure what part you're agreeing with, Erica, but I sincerely appreciate that. Isaiah Joe Fenn says, hi. This person right here says she's back. I'm not even entirely sure what it is that your name says. Hi from St. Louis, Missouri, says Erica Carroll. Erica Carroll, big up yourself. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Guys, if you haven't realized it by now, we have changed the name back to the original name of the channel, which is Cryptic Reasoning. And thank you so much for the last person who subscribed. We are only 5 subscribers away from the big 500 subscribers. And that is a major, major milestone for someone who has posted his first video on March 31st. So I have all of you guys to really thank for that. So I sincerely appreciate it. My boy say, Owen say, yeah, it's crazy. She makes it look like she hates me to them, but comes and seeing me because I came out of the hospital and was saying she loved me. Owen, I know how that movie starts. I know how that movie ends. Believe me when I tell you, I have been in very similar situations myself, right? So to them, she acts as if she doesn't love you, right? Or maybe she really on one level doesn't really love you, right? But to you, Maybe she wants to manipulate you. Maybe she wants to keep you around to stroke her ego. For whatever reason, she comes to you and she plays that delicate game with you. But then to everybody else, you are the devil, quote unquote. Right? But please, if you guys want your relationship to work, I'm not saying if you guys have a problem, you shouldn't seek out, somebody that's wise, someone that's been there, someone that's in a relationship, right? Someone's happily in a relationship, right? To kind of tell you if this is something that you want to work. If it's not something that you want to work, then what's the point? You know what I mean? People ruin stuff, says Owen. Evil eye is real, brother. I'm telling you. I am telling you, Owen. It's real. It's a real deal, holy feel. And they don't care how many how much work you put in, how many years you put in. It doesn't matter. None of that matters, right? And if it's one of those things where maybe this person actually did, at some point, that person that they're telling this stuff to did sort of like you and respect you. But then when your significant other's running to them and just whispering stuff like, just making stuff up for whatever reason, right? Making stuff up and telling them this, that, and the third. Now, all of a sudden, they turn on you. They don't like you anymore. And then they'll do anything to ruin your relationship. It sucks, but it's life. Nah, bro. You're right. I need to drop it. I know that myself. I started to feel like I was an option recently. So that's done. So that's done it for me. Sadly, waste of 4 years. It's not a waste of 4 years, Owen, my guy. It's not a waste of 4 years. Because you learned your lesson. You understand what I'm saying? I get it. Look, I was married at one point. So I could tell you this from deep in, would you call it enemy territory? I don't know. I don't know. We also even had a kid together, right? And I really didn't understand at one point on one level why this person would lie so much. And then I saw how extreme that person was willing to go with the lies. But then what I started to do was I started to deal with the situation with silence. When I got to the point where I just was silent, I wouldn't speak anymore. I wouldn't talk to the person directly. Like I wouldn't make eye contact. I just became a completely different person. It seemed as if it was at that point that the person realized, oh man, I realized what it is that I lost. And it's cool because then I got to the point where it's like I really moved on. It's not something where I'm longing for this situation. I don't miss the situation, right? The only thing is that we brought a child into this world that I love more than anything else. And I am willing to do whatever it takes to make sure that my kid is okay. Right? So that's the one thing. But other than that, I don't wish you no harm. It's cool. You know what? Bygones be bygones. Right? All of the stuff that I went through, it made me stronger. It made me wiser. It put some grays underneath my beard. Some real nice grays. It's kind of blondish gray, some of it. Some of it's kind of like a reddish, blondish little gray. But for the most part, it gave me some wisdom. Right? Some experience. So I don't go into every situation looking to repeat the situation that happened before. And I notice certain things that I will address, right? So before, when I wasn't addressing certain red flags, and when I would see things and know what it is that I saw, I would convince myself that I didn't really see that. Right? Even though it's happening right before my eyes. Or not that I would convince that I didn't really see it. I would convince myself that it would change at some point. That they're going to get the point. They're going to stop doing it. Man, was I wrong, Owen. Man, was I wrong, Owen. Thank you so much to the next person that subscribed. I sincerely appreciate you. Big shout outs to everyone that is subscribing. Thank you guys so much. We are just 4 subscribers away from 500 subscribers, and we're going to keep this going. We're going to keep this momentum going. I think by the end of this stream, we should be at 510. We should be well into the 500 mark, right? And we're going to keep this momentum going. I love you guys because this is experience. I'm giving you guys my experience, the things that I went through in the past, right? And I'm telling you what worked and what didn't work and what could have worked and what would have been better. Because I don't want you guys to go through the pain that I went through. It wouldn't bring me any sort of joy for you to see you guys go through the pain. I want to see other people happy because your happiness is my happiness. Happiness on one level is happiness on every level. Maybe I didn't word that right. One person's pain is everyone's pain, right? Whether now or further down the line, i.e., the COVID, somebody caught COVID way across the world, and then everyone else ended up having to go through lockdown, right? So on the flip side of that same coin, a person being happy, spreading happiness and being happy and then giving other people good advice because, you know what, they went through a situation maybe similar to what it is that you went through. They went through something very similar to you. So they're able to offer you some advice to say, hey guys, listen to me. That right there ain't gonna work. I understand that you guys are two different individuals and what worked for us is not going to necessarily work for you. But at the same time, I could tell you that there's certain things that human beings like and certain things that human beings do not like. Like everybody wants to be treated well. Everybody wants to be respected. Everybody wants to be loved. Right? But maybe you should revisit your strategy. I did it that way before and it didn't work for me. But because I'm happy, because I'm in an elevated state of consciousness, I want to share that with you. But oftentimes people aren't on that frequency. Love for the love, everyone. I sincerely appreciate everyone that's been subscribing. We are just 3 subscribers away from 500, guys. And I changed the name of the channel back today to Cryptic Reasoning. Cryptic Reasoning. I was kind of dibbling and dabbling between Cryptic Reasoning and my name, which is Nosy Harris. So I just made Nosy Harris the handle, right? And then I made Cryptic Reasoning the actual name of the channel. So either one is cool. If you guys call me Cryptic Reasoning or Mystic Reasoning or Nosy or Mr. Harris, I'm cool with all of it, right? I don't have any issues with any of it. But when people were calling me Pod, like they were like Pod. It was like, yo guys, Pod is the LLC that I started. Pod is the name of the Facebook group. So yeah, that was that. But let's get back into what it is that we were talking about, guys. I sincerely appreciate everyone for participating and dropping what it is that they've been through in the past, and letting me know if they co-sign and they agree with it or if they don't agree with it. I appreciate all of that, guys. Leonard De Yuda says, facts, 100%. Thank you so much, Leonard. I appreciate that. I know you are a man that's been through certain things as well in your life, and you have a lot to share. Jocelyn says, can you shout me out? Absolutely, Jocelyn. That's why I'm here. Big shout outs to Jocelyn. Thank you so much for joining the chat. Welcome to the community. Big shout outs to you. Please drop where you're from. Tell me where you're from, Jocelyn. I want to know where it is that you're from, and I'm going to shout out your city as well. Big ups to you, Jocelyn. Lacey obviously says, I subscribe. Can you do a shout out for me? Absolutely, I could do a shout out for you. That's the least that I could do after you subscribed. Big shout outs to Lacey, obviously. Thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the community. Pleasure to have you guys. We are only 2 subscribers away from 500, and that means Lacey obviously is the 498th subscriber. I sincerely appreciate you. Welcome once again to the community, Lacey. Obviously it's Lacey. Come on, guys. Who else could it be? Owen Rooney says, yeah, man, I'm young as well. I never really been single as an adult. I'm turning 22 on Tuesday. On this year is going to be about me bettering myself. Round of applause, man. Round of applause. Round of applause. Now, Owen, when you decide that you're going to better yourself in every which way, you're going to decide, all right, cool. Well, in terms of my diet, my spiritual diet, my mental diet, the things that I allow into my spirit, the things that I digest, the things that I allow into my temple, and the things that I do, right? I'm going to be more disciplined. I'm going to be better than I was yesterday. And every day I'm going to wake up and I'm going to put it in the front of my mind that I'm going to do something today that I did not do yesterday to make me a better person. I appreciate that, Owen. And I know you could do it. 100% I know you could do it. You definitely got it in you, man. Okay, JD, big up yourself. I'm not gonna read that unfortunately, but I hope all is well with you now and that you've recovered and that you're better than you were before. God bless Trump, says Howard Clegg. Jocelyn, didn't I believe I did shout you out. Big up yourself. God bless Queen Camilla. I agree with that. Big up to Kamala Harris. Big up to Kamala Harris. And you know, big up to both candidates, but at the same time, big up to Kamala Harris. Guys, we have just reached our 500th subscriber. Yay for the community. That's a big milestone. That is a huge milestone. Thank you, guys. I'm not entirely sure who was the 500th subscriber, but I sincerely appreciate that. And boom, just like that, 501. You guys are the greatest. This is the greatest community I could ever ask for. Thank you guys so much for that. Erica Carroll says, how do you think social media has changed modern dating and relationships today? Erica, what a question. What a beautiful question. Erica's asking, guys, I'm going to read that question one more time for those in the back that didn't hear what Erica just asked, because that's what I call contributing to the community with a brilliant question like that from Erica Carroll. Erica is asking, how do you think social media has changed modern dating and relationships today? Where do I start? That's the big question. Take a sip of that tea. That tea is so good. Cersei mixed with Lasco, some peanut punch. It is absolutely terrific. So, in regards to social media and modern day dating or modern day relationships, right? Not modern day dating, but modern day relationships. So, the easy access, right? The easy communication, the easy line of communication to other people that are attractive. And the fact that a lot more people now than maybe were back in the day, not to say that people weren't visual back in the day, but a lot more now, a lot of things are now based on what people see, right? So with the access that people now have to the person that fits the physical profile of the person of their dream, it makes people explore, I want to say dimensions, but explore other physical beings outside of their relationship. It makes people want to do that. And also, another thing that it does is it sort of forces people to, how can I put this now? Almost not be as committed as they would have been without social media, right? And what do I mean by that? And I'm probably not wording it right. That's probably not the best way to say it, but let me explain. So if a person is in a relationship with you, right? And you guys may be going through a rough patch. Instead of that person riding it out with you, riding that road with you through the rough patch together, that person now is trying to ride their own sort of wave. And that person may be looking outside thinking to themselves, oh, well, that person over there, that's the person of my dreams, not this one. That person over there looks like they have it all figured out, not this one. This one is just struggling. They're not doing the things that they're supposed to. So now, instead of you turning into your relationship to fix the relationship, to work with your partner on the relationship, you're now looking elsewhere, right? For validation. You're looking you're looking elsewhere for validation. You're looking elsewhere because you want maybe a different relationship. You want something new. You're not willing to tough it out with this person anymore. And it's easy. You guys have a line of communication. You could easily send out a message to whomever. Whether they're in Hollywood, whether they're not. Whether they're a big name, whether they're not, it does not matter. right? So that's a big thing that social media has done for modern day relationships. Erica, I hope that answers your question. You bless Queen Camilla Al Sub. Bless up the Queen Camilla. That's easy to do. You know, you guys, you know my last name is Harris as well, right? You know, my last name is actually Harris. And my family is actually from the same place where Camilla Harris, her father, side of the family is from as well. So the chances of us actually being related a few generations up, when I say a few, maybe 5 or 6, right? Is absolutely very realistic. So big shout outs to Kamala Harris. I do think I know she comes from a great family, you know, and I know she's the better candidate for the country. She's more going to unite people as opposed to divide people. And once you leave an X, they should be an X, right? Now it's time for you to move on. So now the country needs to go into a new direction, right? It doesn't need to go back to pastures of old. It needs to open up new chapters, right? So big, massive shout outs to Kamala Harris. That's the easiest thing for me to do tonight. Other than shouting you guys out. You know what I mean? Because you guys are so awesome. Just awesome, awesome people. And thank you guys so much for liking the video and subscribing as well, as we have climbed beyond the 500 mark of subscribers, and we have climbed beyond the 15 likes mark. So yeah, let's get the likes up to 25. I think we could get 10 more likes. And I know for a fact that we can get to 510 subscribers. I wanted to say tonight, but yeah, we're gonna say tonight. Even though it's pretty much the morning time. Even though it's pretty much the morning time. King Cyrus says, I like your videos. Thank you so much, King Cyrus. I sincerely appreciate you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Jocelyn says, thank you. No, absolutely, Jocelyn. Thank you. I appreciate you. Howard Clegg says, I guess you ain't down. I'm not even entirely sure what it is that you said. What am I down with? Or what am I not down with? I don't know. God bless. My first time here, says Mateo. Welcome, Mateo Chacon. I sincerely appreciate you joining us tonight. We are a community that really looks out for one another. We help people go through certain situations that they've been through in life. I don't want to say mental health because I'm not a mental health expert or a psychologist or anything like that. But I do have a lot of life experience that I can sort of show you guys what it is that I've been through. And also, I'm a very, very spiritual person as well. A spiritual being, I should say, having a human experience. Like we all are, right? I just made you get 100 million subscribers, says King Cyrus. I appreciate you. 100 million subscribers would be a different stratosphere in terms of the connections that I could make with the people around the world that deserve to get this message. But thank you so much, King Cyrus. The limit is beyond the skies. I know we'll get to 100 million subscribers at some point one day, right? Thank you so much. Boot says you're fine. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Shout me, and I'll like and subscribe. Goku. Massive shout out to Goku. Welcome to the community. Thank you so much for joining the community. Feel free to like and subscribe, Goku. I will not be playing any Fortnite. I'm so sorry. I'm the 500, says Mateo. Thank you so much, Mateo, who is the 500 subscriber. I can't wait to see English or Spanish, both. Please shout me out. I'll sub. I did already. Goku. Big up yourself, Suranjana Guha. Hope I'm saying your name right. Thank you so much for joining this community, and I appreciate you. All right, I'm not going to read that one, Jake, but big up yourself either way. Los Angeles, California in the house. Big up, big up. We had someone else from Los Angeles, California today. They tell me that Los Angeles is actually lovely, but there are some things about Los Angeles that they do not like. And I'm guessing you share the same sentiment. Seems like a beautiful place, but then it also seems like a place that it's very tribal as well. And is that a fair assessment, or is that just the stereotype of Los Angeles? I swear I saw 4.99 and I hit sub right away. Thank you so much, Mateo. You could be the 500th. I appreciate you for being the 500th. But now we are on 501 subscribers. Thanks to you guys. I sincerely appreciate that. So we hit the milestone and we passed it. We went beyond it. Thanks to you guys. 501 subscribers. 501 subscribers, right? So I had set a goal that I wanted to get to 500 subscribers by the end of the summer, and within the last month, because of the content that that we've been kind of making together, not just me, right? Because I'm just here, I'm talking, sharing my experience, but you guys are participating and liking the video and doing your part as well. Because I've been doing it so often, like even when I'm at work, I'm streaming. I come back at night, I stream, usually around 11:30, maybe 11:45, sometimes 11 o'clock, sometimes 10:30. But because I've been streaming so often, and it seems easy, it really does. It really seems like it's an easy thing to do, but it's not as easy as it seems to get on here and really communicate. But I love doing it. You know what I mean? That's the other part. You own 5 million subs, says Goku. Big up yourself. Can I buy your shoes or research? I want to smell them. Okay, I'm not gonna even read the rest of that. But that was sort of funny, but sort of creepy at the same time. What do you think about family bloggers? Says Jocelyn. That is an interesting question. What do I think about family bloggers? So I haven't really interacted or seen much family bloggers. If you could maybe give me an example of what a family blogger is, I may give you my perspective on it. But what do family bloggers do exactly? Hi, says Feet Fungus. Hi, says Feet Fungus 2. Big up yourself, Feet Fungus 2. Thank you so much for joining the community. I hope no one else gets that, Feet Fungus. But thank you so much for joining us. What a name, what a name, what a name. X-rated Ty-cated says moon will happen on nova of the Coronae Borealis. The Coronae Borealis. It is for those with the eyes that can see. Yeah, not entirely sure. Mateo says, is COVID a thing still? I believe it is, man. I believe it is. Every year we hear more and more about different strains and all of that sort of stuff. But the key component, guys, is that you're keeping your immune system strong, that you're eating the right things. I hope you guys are doing your best to keep your immune system strong, doing your best to keep your vibration and your frequency high, and just being balanced, not keeping your body acidic. You know what I mean? Owen Rooney says, had to rewind to see your replay, but thank you for the advice, brother. I'll take every word on board. Love. Nah, Owen, big up yourself, Mr. Rooney. Thank you, man. And you're a young man with your whole life ahead of you. If you just continue to stay disciplined, man, by the time you get to my age, the limit is beyond the skies for you. You know what I mean? It's not too early to start. It's not too late to start, man. Just maintain that discipline and that focus, man. And the limit's beyond the sky for you, Owen Rooney. Big up yourself. I want to see you shine. I want to see you shine. And one day, man, one day you could take me to Wayne Rooney's hometown when I do come to England. I come to Liverpool. You show me where Wayne Rooney grew up. And then maybe I'll get to meet Wayne Rooney. Even though I'm an Arsenal fan, I like Wayne Rooney. He's a great football player. For your entertainment, says, okay, guys, like the video. He is spreading good deeds, says RDZZQLQ. Big up yourself, my guy. You know the thing is about RDZZLQ with the check mark? He and I didn't get off to the best of starts, but he's definitely turned around and he has become a valued member of the community. And I sincerely appreciate that guy for shouting out the channel and asking you guys to subscribe as well. I sincerely appreciate that. For your entertainment, says I'm out of chicken. Okay. Opinion on twist cowards. Not entirely sure what that is. Bread loaf. Not entirely sure what that is. What do you think about, what do you talk about? We talk about life. Life is but a stream. This show that is on at late night is called Live is But a Stream. And we talk about life. We talk about things that happen in regular life. Maybe certain struggles that people are having, certain advice that people may need. And we're just here to, provide some spiritual guide for our audience. You know what I mean? And just a breath of fresh air, different perspective. But yeah, any of this stuff that we're giving you or that we're telling you, it's just from my own experience. It's not me telling you you don't have to take on board what it is that I'm saying. You guys are grown enough to make your own decisions. So I would suggest you make your own decisions despite what it is that may sound good or may make sense, right? Ultimately, the choice is yours on what it is that you want to do. But thank you so much for joining us tonight for your entertainment. Hopefully you do subscribe to the channel as well. It will be worth your while. Trust me when I tell you. Everything we just speak about life and discuss a lot of different topics. There you go, Owen. Owen just told you. There you go. LW Fragrance says, hey, how you doing, LW Fragrance? Big up yourself. Thank you so much. You're getting so much better at reading out loud, says George M. George M was trolling me the other day about not reading the messages too quickly. But you got to understand, George, like if we're doing a show, right? We're doing a live show and we have a topic or we have certain topics that we want to talk about. Typically what I do is I get the topic out of the way early. And then I network with you guys, and then I talk to you guys, and then I get back into a topic or I segue into something else, right? But it gets difficult to do both things, right? To read the comments and actually carry on the show, right? Like if I were to read every single comment, it would almost take forever, right? It'll take almost an eternity. So that's one of the reasons why I don't get through the comments as fast. But I do appreciate a good troll, and that was sort of funny. But it wasn't that funny. Don't try to be too funny. No, I'm kidding. 1 million subs giving away 1 quarter would give you 250K. What's up, Onaj? Big up yourself, Art of Mine. I appreciate that. Let me read that again. 1 million subs. 1 million subs giving 1 quarter would give you 250K. Okay. He says I have 101. Art of Mine, big up yourself, man. And what exactly is it that you talk about on your channel as well? Maybe at some point we could do some collaboration. Jay Hawthorne says smoking that good. Hopefully you are not smoking, but if you do, please smoke responsibly. Okay, guys? Please, if you must. I'll be going to sleep a while watching this now, brother. So good night, gang. Good night to you, my guy. Good night, Owen. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for sticking around, bro. I know that it is 5:30 a.m. over there where you are right now. So I get it. And don't you guys play tomorrow? Wait, hold on. Who plays tomorrow? Owen, wait, hold on. Owen, before you leave. Do Liverpool really play Man U tomorrow? Because that's what I heard. I didn't check because no, Liverpool play Brentford. They play Brentford today. So good luck with your game tomorrow. But not too much good luck because I don't want you guys too close to the top. Because, it's Arsenal season and we don't need that much competition. But big up yourself, Owen. Have a great night, my brother. Jung Hang Limbo says Harris 2024. Yes, indeed. It is the year of the Harris. You are 100% right about that. My name is actually Onaj Harris as well, so there you are. But definitely, thank you so much for endorsing Kamala. Kamala is definitely the better candidate for the country, and she will definitely be uniting us, not dividing us. So yeah, I appreciate that. Harris 2024. Bro, I got a verse. Can you rap it real quick? Trying to do an edit of you. It wouldn't make much sense if I rap it because I didn't write it. But big up yourself, man. Good, clean advice. What's up, man? Self high five. Or it's the rock. Big up yourself. Welcome. I'm a white man in a black man form, says Jay Hawthorne. Big up yourself, Jay Hawthorne. Big up yourself. Diego Martinez says, hi, man. What's up, Diego? Big up yourself, Diego. We kick off at 12:30. Yes, says Owen. Yep. Well, I see it here. It's is it 12:30? It says 11:30 here. When I just looked, it said 11:30 a.m. So I'm guessing that's in America. But how is that 12:30? That's like 4:30 for you guys, isn't it? Aren't you guys like 5 hours ahead of us? You's done well today, brother. Aha. Well, meet soon enough in the league. Yeah, man. I don't think you guys want this Arsenal smoke, man. You guys beat us in preseason, but this Arsenal team is looking very dangerous. We just need some more depth. I don't think we did enough to add to the depth of the team. But Arteta is very, like, he's not just gonna pick any and everyone, right? Like the people that Arteta picks for his team, they have to be able to listen to what it is Arteta wants to get across, right? You have to play team football when you play Arteta ball. And I think he is the best manager in the league next to Pep Guardiola. And I think Arteta is right at the cusp of overtaking Pep Guardiola this year. Not in all time, right? But I think Arteta has more potential than any other manager in the Premier League, right? And Xabi Alonso over there in Germany, right? I think those two guys, they are the future of management. I think it's going to be Xabi Alonso, and I think it's going to be Mikel Arteta. I think Carlo Ancelotti and Pep Guardiola are the present, and I think those guys are the future. So big shout outs to Mikel Arteta, certainly my favorite manager in the world, certainly the best manager in the world to me, right? That's my opinion. It's my opinion. I'm not saying that's fact, all right, before anybody gets all carried away. But I wouldn't trade Mikel Arteta for any other manager in the world. I love that guy. And I love Arsenal. Diversity, short videos, and some of my artwork. Okay. So tell you what, art of mine. Do you mind commenting on this video after we close out or anything like that? Or just leave a comment, right? I'll check out your content. And I'll check out your content and maybe hit you with a sub as well, right? Who knows? Maybe. Italian pizza get the bread and cheese. Tell me your favorite song. It makes the world peace. I ain't no smoke. Okay, I'm not reading that. I am not reading that because I just saw something at the end that I don't want to read. So yeah, man, go ahead and work on your raps, and you go ahead and rap it. God bless Trump. Yes, indeed. If Harris wins, we are screwed, says Good Clean Advice. I don't believe that. How are we screwed? How are we screwed? I don't believe that. I don't think Harris wants war. Harris doesn't want war. And Harris isn't soft. Harris isn't going to make anything happen to us, but she doesn't want war. She's not here for war, right? She's here to unite people, So I think Harris is absolutely the best candidate for us. Howard Clegg says, for sure, oofed, BA4 kickoff. Then I thought it was early. Yeah, it ain't early. It is not early at all because I saw 11:30 over here. So, yeah, good luck tomorrow. Ivan Toney, you guys got to deal with Ivan Toney. But is he even playing? Probably not even going to play tomorrow. Jay Hawthorne says, reparations 2024. Big up yourself. Joycelyn says, I am back. Joycelyn, thank you. Jocelyn, I'm sorry. Not even Joycelyn. Why am I saying Joycelyn? Thank you so much for coming back, Joycelyn. 503 subscribers. Didn't I tell you guys we're going to hit 510 subscribers before this stream ends tonight? We are absolutely on our way, right? And we're only 43 minutes in. He says, we'll smoke yous, brother. We will have to wait and see. I need to see more of Arne Slot before I can comment. Aha. He ain't Jurgen Klopp, I'll tell you that much. I'm not underestimating him, but he ain't no Jurgen. Jurgen was a different beast. Trust me when I tell you, you guys lost a phenomenal coach when you lost Jurgen. But I have a feeling he just wanted to take a break. Klopp will be back. He just needed to take some time off, maybe 2, 3, 4 seasons. He'll be back. Trust me. Trust me when I tell you, Jurgen Klopp still has a lot more to do in the world of football. Hey, I'm in the hood, and someone just shot at me. What do I do? I mean, the first thing I would do is I would not come under a YouTube page and speak about that. I would probably, maybe go to the authorities and report it. I think that would be probably the best course of action. Not exactly advice, but I think that's what I would do in that situation. I'm not saying that's what you should do, but that's probably what I would do in that situation. I probably wouldn't bring that online first thing. You know what I mean? So good luck with that, Jake, if that's actually true. But I think you are trolling tonight, guys. 503 subscribers and growing. Definitely gonna hit 510 tonight. Watch as we cook. If you voted for Kamala, don't complain about high prices for the next 4 years. Well, if you voted for the billionaire, then don't complain about the same thing. I could say the same thing about that as well. People who are trying to line the pockets of those people who already have it, right? So that's one of those things. You know what I mean? So yeah. No one is Jurgen. Jurgen, he's saying. We never lost him. He's still in our hearts. Haha. Yeah, man, I'm not going to lie to you. Jurgen was who I wanted to replace Arsene Wenger when Arsene Wenger left. Before Arsene Wenger. Before he came to Liverpool, that's who I wanted at Arsenal. I didn't see any other coach that I wanted. I knew Jurgen was going to be a phenomenal coach. But yeah, but I love the fact that we got Arteta. I love the fact that we gave Arteta a chance. That was before I actually really saw his potential. But yeah, I wanted Jurgen to replace Arsene Wenger. But when he went to Liverpool, I knew Arteta was going to be a great manager. Even though Arteta was the manager at assistant manager, pardon me, at City, I knew he was just sent there to really learn under Jurgen Klopp. What do you think about family bloggers? Says Jocelyn. Yeah, Jocelyn. I'm sorry. Maybe before you left, you didn't get to see. I was asking, what exactly do family bloggers do? Tizo touchdown, says Jay Hawthorne. Big up yourself, Jay Hawthorne. Don't know who that is. And by the way, brother, I'm sorry my spelling and using English slang. Bro, that's cool. This is what we do. Jay Hawthorne, you're not even making any sense. That's what I'm trying to say. He's not. When does the NFL season start? Anyone? I'll check because I did see some stuff today. Like I saw some games like on an app, on a betting app. Hold on, let me see. So it's preseason week 4 out of 4. So it's the last preseason week. So week 1 is going to be September the 5th. Evidently, it's going to be September the 5th is going to be week 1. So yeah, keep that in mind. Owen says Mikel is good. He's no Klopp, though. Klopp is better than Pep. Man, best ever. Saved my club. Aha. I wouldn't go as far as saying Klopp is better than Pep. He definitely was one of my favorite coaches, but bro, it's Pep. It's Pep's won everything. He's won everything. He's done everything in every league. Right? Yeah. You know, and he revolutionized football. But I do like the how Klopp's team presses, how that Jurgen, what was it? That Gegen press, right? And that definitely revolutionized football as well. I love his heavy metal style. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really do. But yeah, he ain't Pep Guardiola. I am so sorry. There's only one Pep Guardiola, guys. Trust me when I tell you that. Trust and believe that. Give me a second. Ooh, Jocelyn says use their kids and put them online for money and clout. Oh, okay, 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 okay. You know something about that? So, in terms of family vloggers, right? I think you're talking about like people that kind of vlog, and I kind of watch this YouTube page. I discovered these guys probably like about 3-4 weeks ago, right? But they've been doing it for a while because it goes back to like 4 or 5 years ago, right? And it's this kid and his uncle, and the kid is always pranking his uncle. And I kind of find it funny, some of it, but some of it's kind of really mean spirited. Like some of the stuff that he really does to his uncle, it's like it's so mean. It's really disrespectful. And then his brother, his big brother, is even more disrespectful with the things that they do to their uncle. So if they are vlogging or blogging, right, and they're not being disrespectful to one another, but they're not exploiting one another, they're just like together kind of inviting you guys into their life and inviting you guys into what it is that they're doing and not just exploiting their one another, then I have no problems with it. I only have a problem with it when it becomes disrespectful, when people are putting out the wrong things, you know, when people are sending out the wrong messages. Yeah, that's just the things that I do have a problem with. Like, don't be disrespectful to one another just for likes and clicks and clout. You know what I mean? But other than that, if they're keeping it respectful and, you know, yeah, I don't see too much wrong with it. If they're keeping it respectful and it's not just about money, right? It's a way that how they could kind of do things to spend time with one another. Yeah, I think it can be a good thing. It's just like everything else. Like you could use it for good or you could use it for bad, right? Like you could you know, like even money, right? Like people say money is the root of all evil. Well, it's really people behind the money and what they use the money to do. You know what I mean? So yeah, you know, it just all depends, right? It all depends on how they're doing the vlog. So I don't have a problem with it. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I think how they do it and how they approach it may be the bad thing. Reagan Riggs, big up yourself, man. Big up yourself, Reagan Riggs. So good to see you, man. So good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. That's my guy right here. I don't want to make too much noise, but I haven't seen Reagan in a little while, so I got to big him up. Hope you're doing well, my guy. Hope your family is doing well. I haven't seen you in a while, but that is okay, my brother. It's good to see you right now. Hey, Reagan, we're on 503 subscribers now. We are on 503 subscribers and growing. I can't wait until we finally grow to the point where we become monetized and I get to actually give back to the community, right? I get to actually fix things up, make the podcast better, make networking with you guys even better, and give back to you guys. So that's the big thing, you know what I mean? We're at 503 subscribers right now. I do want to do something for you guys at 500 as well. But I haven't thought about exactly what it is that I want to do yet. But definitely, once we become monetized, for sure, we're definitely going to be doing giveaways, all types of stuff. You know what I mean? I want you guys to know how much I appreciate you. Especially Reagan. Reagan has been the most consistent person out of everyone, and I sincerely appreciate him. He's always here. So if I don't see him for a few days, I know I'm going to see him again at some point. So much love to Reagan and much love to his kids. I sincerely appreciate him and them. Lily says hello Lily. Ironically, Lily is the nickname that I have given my daughter, so big up yourself. Jay Hawthorne says Tizo touchdown. I don't know why he keeps saying that. Pep has had money everywhere he's been. Barca, that team, me and you could have won the league. Imagine Bayern just win nonstop. And Pep is 115 charges deep at City because they bought the league. Klopp done it with nothing. Yeah, I could respect some of what it is that you're saying. Yeah, he did do it with money. I'm not gonna say he didn't. He wasn't backed with money. But at the same time, like the way how they play football as well, I don't think. Okay, so we probably the Barcelona team. Yeah, I'll give you that. The Barcelona team, you know, you just set that team out there, they're gonna win trophies, right? But the philosophy that he implemented, especially with the way he keeps possession of the ball, the way he's able to exploit and find space, and just the way that Pep Guardiola plays football, I think is very unique. I think he kind of revolutionized, not kind of, but he really revolutionized football. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna give him his flowers. Yeah, and yes, the city back room, not Pep Guardiola, by the way, the city back room, right? The people that own the club may have done one or two shady things. Who knows, right? I don't want to accuse them of anything because they haven't been found guilty of doing anything as of yet. But allegedly they have 115 charges, right? They haven't been convicted yet. And this is really me being politically correct because we all have our assumptions on what we think, but at the end of the day we still got to give them their day in court to really find out what really happened, even though you and I got an inkling of what it is that really happened. But yeah, 4 years running, what's it, four Premier Leagues in a row, like literally turning the Premier League into a farmers league, man. Yeah, but I get your point. Tizo touchdown. I'm gonna hide this guy Jay Hawthorne because he keeps talking about Tizo. He's not saying anything else but that. Owen Rooney says even in Germany, Klopp beat Pep for the title as Dortmund manager. That's difficult. He built a beast team there with less money again and was competent neck to neck. I get what it is that you're saying. No. Trust me when I tell you I get what it is that you're saying. Klopp is a phenomenal coach. And yes, I do agree that Klopp did things the right way. Yes, I will say that. Klopp did things the right way. And I love Klopp for that. And there was times when I really was championing Klopp as the best coach in the world because I did see what it is that he was doing. But if we're looking at the overall body of work and the consistency, I think you can't look any further but Pep Guardiola, right? So maybe this is something where Klopp sees what it is that's happening here, and he decided to step back. But if you look at Liverpool in the last few seasons that Klopp was in charge, Liverpool were kind of punching underneath their weight class, right? And I don't think that would be something acceptable to Pep Guardiola. I think Pep Guardiola is kind of designed to win. And even if Jurgen Klopp got one, I'm sure Pep was able to win some as well. But yeah, I definitely see your point. Man, oh man, we've grown so much since I started helping on this channel. I'm so happy I can helping you, man. You've really changed my perspective on things in life. I thank you so much, Reagan. I appreciate you, man, and I appreciate everything that it is that you do, man. I appreciate you being a part of this community. You dig what I'm saying? And whenever I don't see you, it's cool because I know you're gonna pop back up at some point. So yeah, I sincerely appreciate you. Another one is here. Thrifty Simplicity. Man, this night's just getting better and better. Better and better and better and better. Right? Guys, we're still at 503 though. We gained like 9 subscribers since we started. Is it 9 or 10? No, we gained 10 subscribers since we started this live. And I know we can get at least 7 more, right? We could get 17 before this live is over with. For sure. So yeah, let's get to subscribing, guys. If you're in here and you haven't subscribed, please like the video and please subscribe to the channel. We kind of, usually what happens is, right, we start off talking about what it is that it says in the thumbnail, and we might go for 15, 20, 30 minutes, right? And then when I start answering the questions and I start speaking to you guys, we start going all over the place, all over the world. And I kind of like that format, right? We get whatever we need to get out of the way, and then we start to network and get to know one another. You know what I mean? And I love it. I went upstate today. I went far upstate. Not that far. Not far like I went like 2 weeks ago. And I really enjoyed it, man. I really enjoy going upstate. I really enjoy the scenery. I really enjoy the different environment, the different culture, the new people. It's a breath of fresh air. You know what I mean? Just going by the countryside and driving by the mountains. And, it kind of reminds me of Jamaica in a way. It reminds me of the country in Jamaica. Yeah, it's beautiful up there. Hey, Thrifty, sub up, people. Big up yourself, Owen. Absolutely. So, is your name Oneje? And if so, how do you say it? Yes, Reagan Riggs. My name is Oneje Harris. I did make that change as well today, so I didn't know how it was gonna really affect the channel, but it didn't affect it too bad negatively. So I decided that because people kept saying Pod, right? Like Pod is the LLC that I started, based on the Facebook group that we started back in 2000 and I don't know, 2020. We started the Facebook group in 2020. It's close to 5,000 members now, but I turned it into an LLC, right? Because everything that I do in terms of like with the media, everything that I do creatively, I want it organized under one umbrella, right? So originally the name of this channel was Cryptic Reasoning, right? Originally I had started, sort of filming this independent podcast called Cryptic Reasoning, where I would do it probably one. I wasn't consistent with it though. I would do one here and then I'll do another one like 14 days from now. And then the next one will be like 10 days from then, right? And it wasn't until I started going live, maybe like 4 weeks ago, that I just really started becoming extremely consistent with what it is that I'm putting out. And the consistency yielded me, or yielded us, some benefits. The benefits of me connecting with people like Reagan Riggs, people like Thrifty Simplicity, people like Owen, people like Asia, people like, DJ Scoot, and everyone that's been helping out, right? And it also helped me to connect with people all over the world. And, it's brilliant. You know what I mean? It's brilliant. So I feel like once you start doing things like that and you start seeing those things happening, you're on the right path. Like, and when I say the right path, like you're fulfilling your life's mission, right? So I think this is really the start of something beautiful. And yeah, in just the last few days, man, we've probably had at least 70 subscribers, right? Like the last like 3-4 days, you know what I mean? So, and that comes with consistency and kind of talking and just keeping it real with people, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, 76 as well. 76 is always in and out. And 76 is always traveling too. So 76 goes from Germany to England to Nigeria. He was actually here today as well. Nah, 76 was actually he did pop in earlier today. He popped in earlier today. And we had a little conversation. So he's good. Art of Mind is a background, and stay organic on AJ. Thank you so much, Art of Mind. Yeah, like I said, Art of Mind, he's another person. Like, I want to support him and what it is that he's doing as well, because I've definitely seen him a number of times recently as well. And I want to support what it is that he's doing. So what I want Art of Mind to do is to comment in the comment section so that I could, because I can't click you guys from here, right? Like, I can't click to see who you guys really are. So if you do comment, I can actually see your profile and really check out your content. So please do that, and I'll definitely be able to check it out. Dogo says life isn't real. Dogo says life isn't real. You know something, Dogo? You might be correct with that. I'm not going to argue with you when it comes to that, right? Some people say we're living in a simulation. But who to tell? Who to tell if what happens when we pass on isn't really what's really real? You know what I mean? Who to tell? Who really knows? Right? And I know that's not just poetic when you say things like that, But Dogo, you might be correct. But if you care to elaborate, I'd love to take you up on that. Oh, and I'm doing good in the spirit of gratitude. Love to hear it. Life is a dream, says Art of Mind. Hey, hence the name. Hence the name of the podcast, Life is But a Stream. Where do you think that came from? Life is but a dream. You're right about that. Jay-Z made a song back in the day. Jay-Z made a song back in the day called Beach Chair. I suggest you guys check that out. That was one of his best songs. That was definitely his most spiritual song. That was definitely Jay-Z's most spiritual song. And he doesn't get a lot of credit for that because of all of the other stuff that he does talk about. Pushing certain things in the community, living a certain lifestyle. But when you really sit down and listen to Beach Chair, he really breaks down the concept of exactly what it is that you guys are talking about. Life is but a dream, right? And that's the hook. The hook was with Chris Martin from, what's the name of that group? Coldplay. Chris Martin from Coldplay. And they always do brilliant work together. Jay-Z and Chris Martin, Kanye West and Chris Martin. And Chris Martin and Kanye West and Jay-Z individually make great work as well. Three-dimensional dream, says Art of Mine. Three-dimensional dream. You know what's crazy about that, Art of Mine? So when you close your eyes, right? You close your eyes. You could literally lay there or sit there and you could close your eyes. And you could transcend any dimension. You could go through any wall, right? You could go to any country. You could go to anywhere in space. The limit is beyond the sky when you close your eyes and you imagine, right? Anything that you so choose to do, when you close your eyes and imagine, you can actually do it. And you can actually experience it. You can actually have that experience. And then when you open your eyes, it's almost as if you're restricted to the third dimension. It's almost as if you're restricted, right? Where we have water, and water transcends dimensions so often, right? Solid, liquid, and gas. Solid, liquid, and gas. Evaporates, condenses, precipitates. Right? So water kind of shows you that it can go anywhere and do anything. You know what I mean? And our body is 70 to 80% water. Some say 60, some say 50. Right? But it's the majority of us is made up of water. But yeah, you're absolutely right about that. A third dimensional dream. Reagan Riggs, big up to your oldest. Big up to your oldest. Tell your oldest I said hi. Thank you so much. I'm sure they're beautiful, beautiful. Is it a boy or a girl? Because I only have a daughter. Victoria says Kendrick. Kendrick? Look how I'm looking right now. I came out the womb doing the people's eyebrow, right? But Kendrick, where do you see Kendrick? I'm not Kendrick. But big up yourself, Victoria. Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, not Kendrick. I'm good, Owen. Hope you're doing good too, man. It also works physically. Water through art, work, sculpture. Absolutely, absolutely. My oldest is a teenage boy. Oh, wow. Oh, man. Say that then. Okay. That's what's up. Young adult. Big up to your oldest. Big up to your oldest, my guy. Someone says, bruh, you cute as F. Come on, man. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. I don't even really know what to say to that, but big up yourself. That's a compliment, but it's like it's kind of weird. But big up yourself either way. Thank you so much for the compliment. I'm doing good, man. Bless up you and your kids, says Owen. Victoria says laugh out loud. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Does your name mean anything? I suppose you're talking about to me. So, Thrifty Simplicity. My name, Oneje, right? I want to say this, but I don't really know what the name means. So, my father's name is Billy Harris. My grandfather's name is Frederick Harris. His father's name was either Samuel. I don't remember, but I've never met my grandfather's father. But it was like some sort of like common name, right? But my dad, I believe it was my dad sort of I don't know if it was his ex-girlfriend or something like that, but it was like another teacher that sort of suggested the name. But my dad only calls me by my middle name, which is Odine. Like that's the only thing my father's ever called me ever since I remember my father calling me my name. He's only called me by my middle name. So he's never, ever, ever called me by my first name. I don't even know how my father pronounces my first name, to be honest with you. Not entirely sure why that was given that name. I'm not entirely sure what it means, but I do give it meaning on a day-to-day basis. I definitely do give it meaning. So, yeah, there's that. So regardless of what it is that someone else says that it means, because you define yourself. I'm sure you guys have heard that Jay-Z, nobody built like you. You define yourself. So because you define yourself, yeah, I think you should give your name meaning. You know what I mean? Oh, you think she means the YouTube main name? So cryptic, right? Like what's cryptic? Something that's cryptic is really mysterious, right? And reasoning is sort of your the way how you kind of communicate and your understanding of things. So I kind of just really combine the two, right? So cryptic because life is cryptic, spirituality is cryptic. Like there's a lot of things that are cryptic, and sometimes I will be direct. I'll say certain things. I'll say things, but I won't necessarily reveal precisely what it is that I mean when I say what it is that I say, right? So it's for you to really decode, right? And kind of take your meaning from it, as opposed to me telling you precisely what it is and precisely what it means. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah. Years ago, I had this podcast called Cryptic Reasoning. I sort of did it for a few months, maybe a month or two, and then I stopped doing it. But I stopped doing it like around the time when George Floyd got murdered, when he got unalived. That was a rather tragic situation, and I don't know. I just kind of stopped podcasting, even though I don't know the guy. But I really wanted to sort of do the right thing and express myself that way. But when I witnessed that, it sort of changed my perspective on a lot of things, right? I didn't understand it, and I felt terrible about it. I felt like no one should have really, like no one was there for him, and people were videotaping it, and he passed away, and everyone watched it, and I didn't know the guy, but it really affected me in a negative way because, yeah, I didn't think he deserved that. You know what I mean? I really don't think he deserved that. And the person that did it was it just seemed so unempathetic, so unbothered. You know what I mean? It was like nothing. It was just like a regular day for them to do it. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Yeah. So after that situation happened, I just kind of stopped podcasting for a while. But I started the community over there on Facebook, and it has since grown to 5,000 members, close to 5,000 anyway, about 4,800 now. But this year around March, I decided I wanted to get back into podcasting, and I have not looked back since. I decided this time there was going to be absolutely nothing that was going to stop me from doing what it is that I was supposed to do. And I don't know if this is a traditional podcast, how I do it. It's really interactive networking and just expressing my thoughts and expressing my views on spirituality and my experience with life. You know what I mean? And impacting people in a positive way. And I love when people are like, man, thank you so much for what it is that you said. I really do see things from that angle that you said it. Because we're all human beings. Like, we're all here to teach and learn. And I've learned a lot from you guys, and I appreciate it. You know what I mean? And I appreciate the spiritual tango that we share on such a regular regular basis. Wow, guys. 505 subscribers. Big up yourselves. Big up yourselves. Thank you so much. Wow, I missed quite a bit. He said, that's strange of F. Oh, okay, being cute is bad? Cool, bud. Look, man, I ain't tripping off of that. I'm not tripping off of that. It's one of those things. Yeah, it is. Um, it is kind of weird when guys call each other cute. I'm not gonna lie to you. That is kind of weird. It is a compliment, right? It's not someone making some advancement on you, right? So I suppose, like, based on what it is or how it is that you feel, it's like, all right, cool, man. I appreciate that, but um, I'm trying to be as political as possible with this. That's not my type of party. You know what I mean? But big up yourself if it is your type of party. And I do have enough confidence in myself that someone else's compliment doesn't really necessarily add to that. But I do appreciate kind words. Like, people say kind words to you, you appreciate it. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things. But big up yourself and thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. When did he say that? Okay, all right, cool. Mr. Ali says, "Hey, bro, did you know that Jesus prayed in a similar way to Muslims? It's amazing to think that Muslims are actually following in the footsteps of Jesus' teachings." Mr. Ali, I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. I'm not very religious. Maybe you should sort of have that debate with someone who is religious. I don't really know how to approach that one. I don't know what to say. But big up yourself, though. Big up yourself. Thank you so much for joining. And thank you so much for sharing as well. Thrifty Simplicity is gorgeous, isn't she? I'm telling you, she's gorgeous, man. What's up, bruh? Says expert thief came in. Art of Mind says, Mr. Ali, the Quran does quote some Bible. Owen says, life is good, people. Enjoy it whilst we can. Absolutely. That's some sound advice, right? Enjoy it while we can, because ain't no guarantees and tomorrow is not promised. Tomorrow is not promised. So all we have is the here and now, the today. All we have is here and now. Yeah, yeah. I figured she meant the actual name, but I went into both, right? Because I didn't give myself the name, and my dad doesn't even call me the name that he gave me. Yeah, it's just one of those things. Yeah, guys. So what? We still at 505? I think we definitely could get to 506. Hold on, give me 1 second. Reagan Rig says, yeah, man, I'm an old man, so I'm feeling tired, so I'm going to go dip. Have a great night. Absolutely, man. Thank you so much. I know it's not easy staying up, especially when if you have work in the morning or whatever it is. But me, I'm dedicated, and I work like in the evening and the afternoons, and I'm determined to take this channel to precisely where it needs to be at, because working is cool, right? Like, there's nothing wrong with working, right? If you're able to kind of do the things that you're supposed to do, right? But wouldn't it be great if your work was to inspire people? If that was your job, if your job was to inspire people, if your job was to help people to become the best versions of themselves, right? If your job was to add your experience to their experience and help them to navigate through life, I think that would be the coolest job in the world. I think that would be the coolest job in the world. How old? I'm 22,639 days old. We're going to find out right now. Do I have a calculator on the iPad? I should, right? All right, hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second. Hold on. How old are you? Okay. So 22,639 divided by 365. Oh, wow. Art of mine. Bro, I thought you were like 40 something. You're 62. Okay. Wow. Not bad. Not bad. But you're still a timeless man. Big up yourself. Shum Sasha says, hello. Hi, Shum. Sasha, big up yourself. Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, guys. So I'm going to stick around. I think we definitely could get to this other, this 5 more subscribers tonight. He says, I'm mentally 38. Does that mean you're immature? Is that what that means? Does that mean you're immature for somebody who's 62? Mentally 38, doubt that, says Jamworthy. Like if you're 22 and you're mentally 38, that means you're mature. But if you're 62 and mentally 38, does that mean you're immature, or does that mean does that mean you still think you're strong? Like, what exactly is it that you're trying to say? No, he said, nah, I'm mature at 38. You know, they say guys don't ever really mature. Guys don't ever really mature. But you know what, man? It's not about the age that you really are, to be honest with you. So, yeah, you've been around the sun, what, 62 times, right? 62 times? You've been around the sun 62 times. But you don't seem tired. You've been around the sun 62 times and you've have a lot of experience. You've been around the sun 62 times, but you still feel strong. You still feel as if, yeah, you know what? I could go another 62. Maybe that's what it is that you're saying. Because there were times that, up until I actually took the COVID vaccine, and I don't want to speak too much about it, but in terms of like working out, like I was always doing calisthenics. I was in phenomenal shape. Not gonna lie to you guys, phenomenal shape. But I kept on taking that, getting that COVID thing. And ever since then, I kind of just changed, right? Like I haven't really worked out as much. I started feeling side effects from it. I don't know if you guys have as well. But yeah. You know, but I did it because I was going to be around my daughter. Ordinarily, I would not have done it, to be honest with you. But because I had came back and I needed to be around my child, it was like, yeah, nah. But this is when I cut my hair. And this is before, like, I took the COVID vaccine. Right? But I had dreadlocks, like, short, not too long before that. But that's when I had cut my dreadlocks the first time or the last time. Right? By just doing calisthenics too, like not really I wasn't lifting any weights. I was just lifting my body weight, you know what I mean? Just lifting my body weight. Only my body weight, right? And every day it would just be doing push-ups and pull-ups and all of that sort of stuff. But yeah, I just decided, you know what? Because yeah, after I took that vaccine, it didn't really agree with me too much, you know what I mean? If you were the first human colony on another planet, what core values and principles would you prioritize to guide this new society, and why? Wow, core values and principles. Amazing, 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 amazing question. Wow. Where'd you get that question from? Where did you get that question from? What dimension did you go to, Joseph, to get that question? So core values. I don't think you have to stray too far away from certain things that Jesus did talk about, right? In terms of doing to others as you want them to do unto you, in terms of he without sin cast the first stone, in terms of love thy neighbor, right? I think those are some foundational characteristics or foundational principles that you would want to lay out, right? You know, love your neighbor, right? Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Don't harm one another. There's no need to fight. Have an abundance mentality. Be and then above all else, be in tune with the intangibles. Be in tune with your spiritual self. Be in tune with your higher self. Just know that we are all one thing expressing itself in different ways. We are all one. Like there really is no such thing as separation, right? It's just how we perceive it. But we are all one. Amazing, amazing question, Joseph Semet. Thank you so much for asking. That was a brilliant question. That was probably the question of the night. Look at me. I'm snapping my finger to that. That was remarkable. Thank you so much for asking that one. I'm going to pose that question to you guys now. Since y'all put me in the hot seat, I want you guys to answer that question. If you were tasked with establishing the first human colony on another planet, what would your core values and principles be? Would you prioritize to guide that you would prioritize to guide this new society, and why? Okay, I didn't answer the why, did I? While you guys answer that, I'm going to answer why. Because why? Why would those be my core values? Because I think that would be the foundation for peace. I think that would be a foundation for establishing a society that people more kind of understand one another and understand themselves, and people wouldn't be in competition with one another, and people wouldn't be so quick to harm or hurt one another. And yeah, I think that foundation would be the foundation of peace, right? So that's why I would establish that foundation. Thank you so much for that. Brilliant question. Brilliant, brilliant question. The thing is, when he was actually 38, his mental age was 10, though. Jam. Don't come in here violating my guy like that, man. Don't do that. But that is funny. That's funny, though. I'm not going to lie. This guy, Sharma, that's not something to joke about. I wouldn't joke about that, to be honest with you. So I'm not going to entertain that. I'm sorry. I'm not going to entertain that. I'm alive and didn't think I would be in my 60s. I'm still in shock. I never spoke of leaving Earth. I always speak life. I'm also a liver transplant recipient. That's remarkable, man. That's remarkable. That's remarkable. Yeah, speak life. And yeah, you were definitely able to survive something that most people probably may not experience. So yeah, I appreciate you sharing that, man. Thank you so much. But yeah, as long as you're speaking life into your life, you'll definitely attract life. 600 Plant Life says 1450 BC, Book of Exodus reference holy anointing oil made of cannabis. How can you prove that, good sir? Please prove that. Please prove that. Great answer. What is the most significant risk you've taken in life, and how did it shape your understanding of courage and fear? Wow, Joseph, yo, what is this guy asking all of these brilliant questions tonight? Joseph, I want you to remain a member of this community, and I want to connect with you. I'm gonna pin this message because, yeah, that's brilliant. I'm gonna pin that message, Joseph, and I think what I'm gonna actually do is this. I want you to subscribe to the channel, Joseph. Because I do want to stay in contact with you because you're asking a lot of really brilliant questions right now. Yeah. What is the most significant risk that I've taken in my life? I've taken several. I've taken quite a number of risks. But when you say the most significant risk, in terms of what really, really shaped me, the most significant risk, I would say getting married, because that was sort of the foundation. Even though I'm no longer married, that was the foundation of me actually having my child. That was the foundation of me really learning human nature. That was the foundation of me really seeing female nature from a different perspective. That was the foundation of me realizing how resilient and how strong I was based on the things that I've been through as a result of that situation. Learning how forgiving I was, because I was never really a forgiving person, right? Forgiveness wasn't, not to say that I wouldn't forgive transgressions, but if you did something back then, I would probably still be holding on to it and probably wanting to get back at you. But just learning how to let things go, and the things that I survived as a result of that as well. Yeah, I think that was probably the most significant risk. Now you're talking to somebody who's been shot at before. Um, you're talking to somebody that has taken some other risks as well in life. Nothing too detrimental. Like I haven't, you know what I mean? I wasn't no super thug or anything like that. But yeah, you're talking to someone who did take some risks as a young man. But I think that one right there was probably the most significant risk in terms of what it is that it shaped my personality into, and not realizing what it would do to me in my evolution in becoming a man, and not realizing how much I really needed that, even though it seemed as if it was the worst thing in the world at the time. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I'm Joseph Semet. Please subscribe to the channel, man. I would sincerely appreciate that. I definitely want to connect with you. Appreciate that. But yeah, Thrifty Simplicity says those pictures. Thank you so much, Thrifty. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. I'm always thinking about getting back to, doing some calisthenics and stuff like that. Hopefully now it's safe to do. You know what I mean? I had some issues the last time I really tried to work out, just doing some jumping jacks and stuff like that, and yeah, it kind of affected me negatively. But yeah, I think it's about time I get back to doing that stuff. It's not about my core values, or values are derived. So take my religious book and live by that. And the reason I'm doing is because God knows us. He made us, says Jamworthy. Thank you for sharing, Jamworthy. Big up yourself. Please remember to like and subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. Guys, 505 subscribers and growing. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Did we hit 506 yet? Not yet. But yeah, I definitely believe that we could hit 5 more. I know we could hit 5 more guys. We can hit 5 more subscribers before the channel. Before we end this live. I'm sure we can. Do you know who Digga D is? I definitely heard of Digga D. I definitely heard of Digga D for sure. That's definitely... Hold on. Let me type in Digga D right now. Digga D. I definitely heard of him. Is he a British artist? Hold on. Digga... Yeah, UK drill artist. Yep. Yeah, I definitely heard of him. But I haven't listened to his music. But yeah, I definitely heard of him. When you hang with smart people, you add to your life. Absolutely. Absolutely. Joseph says, what's the most profound existential question you've wrestled with? And what has revealed about the nature of your existence and values? Joseph is asking all of these brain busting questions. Let me see that one again. What's the most profound existential question you've wrestled with? And what has it revealed about the nature of your existence and values? Where does God come from? I actually asked that question when I was 7, believe it or not. And because the pastor wasn't able to answer that question, it sort of opened Pandora's box. And even that question right there, just asking that question and the response that I got from asking that question really opened the door towards my unique experience and me sort of exploring spirituality independent of the religious values that maybe my mother's side of the family was trying to instill in me, right? When in actuality, yes, they would sort of, and not to isolate them or say that they're, the only people that do this, but sort of the way how they would sort of live life, you know what I mean? On Sundays, and this isn't me sort of nitpicking on anyone or anything like that, but they would be different people on that day that they go to church than they would throughout the rest of the week, right? Not to say that they were bad people, because they weren't bad people, but when it was church time, they were just extremely almost perfect people, right? So it's almost as if you could really see through it. It's like, as a kid, you're looking at it like, hold on, wait, hold on. You know what I mean? And you're kind of asking questions like, is this how things really are? Are people really playing pretend? So that opened Pandora's box. And that led to me becoming, not saying becoming, because we're always spiritual beings, there's nothing we could really do about that. But it led to me really exploring spirituality. And when I realized that energy can't be created nor destroyed, that in itself was the realization that we are all spiritual beings, and that we have always existed and we will continue to exist beyond this third dimension. Right? So, yeah, hope that answers your question. Sub up, everyone. Come on. Let's get him to sleep. Yeah. Yeah, guys. I ain't going to sleep until we get to 510, right? I'm not going to sleep until we get to 510. So, guys, please subscribe to the channel. We're only 5 subscribers away from 510. We're only 5 subscribers away from 510. You guys did pass our light goal, right? And originally our goal was 500, but I know we could hit 510 before this thing. Demetrius Williams says, can I get a shout out? Joseph says, subbed. Thank you so much, Joseph. I appreciate that. Big shout outs to Joseph. So only 4 subscribers away from 510. And we have a thumbs up. Joseph, man, those were some brilliant questions. I want you to comment under this, man, because I want to stay connected with you, because you're a brilliant mind. And, iron sharpens iron. So some very deep spiritual questions, and I love those type of questions. And you added value to our community just by asking those questions, and I appreciate it. Demetrius Williams says, can I get a shout out? Big shout outs to Demetrius Williams. Thank you so much for joining our community. I appreciate you checking us out, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. TV Girl says, hello, TV Girl. Tell us about a time when you challenged a deeply held belief or societal norm. What motivated you to do so, and what was the outcome? I think that's something that I kind of do on a regular basis, right? So, for instance, right? So, I'm going to give you an example. So, as a Jamaican, right? As Jamaican, the society in Jamaica is kind of homophobic, right? So, they kind of have this outlook on people who, and don't get me wrong, right? This isn't about me being so extremely tolerant or holier than thou or this, that, and the third, right? I believe that if you are that type of person, by all means, be who you are. You understand what I'm saying? I don't believe people like that should really be forcing their lifestyle down anyone's throat. However, the level of extremism that Jamaicans show in isolating people or ridiculing people who are not hetero, right? Who are not hetero. I remember one day, because I went to high school in America and in Jamaica. I went to elementary school in America. I went back and forth. Anyway, I remember there was one day, like the whole class, right? The way they would kind of, how you're getting programmed as a kid, right? As a kid, they're programming you on how you should think. I don't quite remember exactly what the question was or what the statement was that the teacher made. But I remember the entire class agreeing that these people should be abused or exiled or, beat up, that sort of stuff, right? And then I remember kind of raising my hand and I was like, well, don't we as a people know what it's like to be the outcast, right? Based on something that we weren't able to control, right? Weren't we as a people once the people that people were persecuting, prosecuting, hating on, doing all sorts of atrocious things to because we were black people? So why now are we doing it to another group of people? You understand what I'm saying? So that's where I kind of draw the line. You don't have to agree with anyone's lifestyle. Me personally, I don't have to agree with your lifestyle. If that's how you choose to live your life, go live your life that way. I can't tell you, hey, you shouldn't be doing this. If you're a consenting adult and you have another consenting adult with you, and you guys are both consenting to do this, who am I to come tell you don't do it? You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, that was one situation where I kind of went against a social norm. Yeah, that was one situation. I hope that answers your question. But there's been other times as well, man. There's been plenty of other times. I think that's who I am. You know what I mean? Because I just believe that everything is one thing expressing itself in different ways. Like energy is just expressing itself in different ways and experiencing life in different ways, right? So that person has a right to experience life that way if that person so chooses, right? Yeah, that person has the right to experience life that way. You have the right to experience life your way, as long as you're not forcing anyone to live life your way, and they're not forcing you to live your life their way, right? So it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, all right, cool, just live and let live. You understand what I'm saying? Just live and let live. Yeah. TV Girl says, I sub. Thank you so much, TV Girl. How much are we up to? Oh, 507. Guys, only 3 subscribers away. 3 subscribers away from 510. And I know we could do it tonight. I know we could do it tonight. Only 3 subscribers away from 510. If you were to discover... Okay, hold on. Okay. Joseph Semet says, if you were to discover undeniable evidence that challenges the core beliefs of your faith, how would you reconcile with your spiritual identity and the values you've built your life upon? Well, Joseph, to be completely honest with you, that's probably the most difficult question I've ever been asked, because I'm so certain that we're spiritual beings. I'm so certain that we are not our bodies that question doesn't even cross my mind, to be completely honest with you. It doesn't. Right? But let me read that one again. If you were to discover undeniable evidence that challenges the core beliefs of your faith, how would you reconcile with your spiritual identity and the values you've built your life upon? You see, what as far as my core values, because I feel like my core values and the values that I built my life upon, especially at this point, because it's not someone else programming me, and I was the one that sort of, programmed myself based on the things that I like, and maybe some things that I heard that resonated with me, that I was like, oh, okay, cool. That sort of resonates with me on a deeper level. I like that. So because I'm not programmed by the way how we were supposed to be programmed as people that come through school and all of that sort of stuff, and your family members program you to think a certain way and all of that sort of thing. Yeah, that question doesn't really cross my mind, but that is a brilliant question. I gotta admit that. But yeah, I wouldn't even think that far, to be honest with you. I simply would not think that far. Because my core values it's about uniting people, and it's about unity, and it's about love, and it's about spirituality, and how we are all spiritual beings, and how we're all connected. And I don't see where anyone could convince me otherwise. There's no one that could convince me otherwise, as a matter of fact. So, yeah. But that's another brilliant question. Absolutely, it kills me that folks that experience high levels of discrimination can turn around and do the same to others. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We were discriminated against, we were hated on, we were all of this sort of stuff. So we know what it feels like to be that. So now, why are we doing that to someone else? We don't need to be doing that to anybody. You understand what I'm saying? That's not who we are at our core. So why is it that we've taken on those negative characteristics that society gave to us and we're giving it to someone else, right? You see how sort of misery loves company when we know in our hearts that that's not right. So why should we give that to someone else? It wasn't right when it was given to us. Now why should we take it and give it to someone else? You get what I'm saying? Brilliant. Brilliant. Live and let live. Yes. Hello from Germany, says Thomas Klein. Thomas Klein, big up yourself from Germany. Yes, sir. I sincerely appreciate you, Thomas Klein. Be sure to subscribe to the channel as we are approaching 510 subscribers. It ain't long, guys. It ain't hard. It's not long. Deep question, Joseph. Joseph is asking all the deepest questions, and you guys just left me out here to answer the questions by myself. I don't see anyone that answered any of Joseph's questions. End hate, be great, says Hard Rocker. Definitely end hate and be great. Absolutely. Guys, we're approaching 106 minutes of doing this live stream. So you know what? We have 507 subscribers right now. So within the next 15 minutes, no, I'm sorry, within the next 24 minutes, right? We need to have 510 subscribers within the next 24 minutes. We need to have 3 more subscribers, right? Only 3 more subscribers within the next 24 minutes. And I know we could do it. I know we can. Yes, indeed, Thrifty, says Art of Mine. Yeah, guys. Yeah, we've been through a lot as a people. A lot of people have, right? A lot of different ethnic groups have. But when you know what it's like to go through certain things, and you know how terrible it feels, and you know the trauma that comes from it, right? It's within your best interest to not to become like the people that are oppressing or the people that are doing those things to you, right? So yeah, you just have to extend grace to other people. You understand what I'm saying? And accept that they're different from us, you know? Thrifty says you've answered the question exceptionally well. You didn't need any help. Brilliantly said. Brilliantly said. Brilliantly said. Look, the veins are popping out of my forehead. Brilliantly said. Thank you so much for that, Thrifty Simplicity. Guys, on another note, I bought a ticket to go on a cruise, right? Because I've wanted to go on a cruise for like 10 years. I haven't gone on a cruise in like 10 years, right? And it's like one of those city tour cruises, right? Where you kind of go around the city. So I was going to go today, but because someone kind of woke me up early out of my sleep, right? I kind of wanted to rest too. And then I ended up going to Bear Mountain instead. But I still have the ticket. And I could still possibly do it tomorrow, right? So I'm thinking about tomorrow. Maybe I'll use the ticket then. But it doesn't expire until December. But I doubt people are going to be still cruising after the summer is over with. So tomorrow I may do that cruise around the Statue of Liberty. And I'll go live again, too. I'll show you guys if you haven't seen the Statue of Liberty or whatever it is. That's if I do it. If I do it tomorrow, I'll show you guys precisely what it is that I did. But anyway, you know what? We're at 507 subscribers. We didn't hit 510. But I don't think I'm going to force the issue today. I think we've reached our original goal. Um, hopefully we do. We still have time to reach it, but if we don't, it's okay as well. We have what 21 minutes now. Joseph has another question. What is the fundamental role of family in shaping one's identity and sense of purpose? And how would you redefine this role if your understanding of family dynamics changed drastically? Where do you come up with these questions? Nah. Where do you come up with these like whose brain are you is this are you using chat GPT? Nobody's this smart. Brilliant mind, Joseph. Brilliant mind. What is the fundamental role of family in shaping one's identity and sense of purpose? And how would you redefine this role if your understanding of family dynamics changed drastically? Well, the family does play a role in shaping someone's identity, right? So the family initially, if the child is with the family, is the initial group of people that shapes a person's identity, right? Because the child kind of sees what the adults around them do and they mimic what the adults around them do. They follow suit, they fall in line, they listen to the adults around them. So if the adults are extremely aggressive, then the child probably will express themselves in an aggressive way. But ultimately, the ones that are responsible for shaping our identity is ourself, right? So when you do come to the point where you become an adult, or, because we all have a mind of our own. So we know when we're being wronged. We know when people around us are doing us wrong, and we know when things aren't necessarily right, right? So ultimately, the decision is ours, right? We can't keep allowing external forces and external people to define and program us, right? So now maybe you do have to conform to some extent as a child, right? Because these are the people responsible for feeding you. These are the people responsible for taking care of you on a day-to-day basis. So yeah, there will be a level of you conforming. However, that being inside of you, the higher self, you who you truly are, right? And how you truly see the world, that is the being, or the spirit, the soul, right? The thing that makes you unique is what's responsible for shaping you, or shaping your identity, right? But how would I redefine the role of the family and understanding? How would you redefine this role if understanding of family dynamics changed drastically? Um, how would I redefine that role? I don't think I really would. I don't think I really could redefine that role, to be honest with you. Because you can't. Basically, what I'm saying is, you won't be able to control other people outside of yourself, right? The way how I would redefine that role is by implementing everything that I just said into myself, and how I treat my child whenever my child is around, because my child doesn't live with me, right? But to just be accepting of how different she is, and constantly being kind to her, showing her how much she matters, how much she means to me, how much she's loved, how much she should love herself, right? And one of the key things that I do as well, right? I don't just make decisions, right, when it comes to my kid, because I want my child to think for herself, right? So the other day, for instance, right, like I took her to Playland, and she hadn't ridden the go karts before, the bumper cars before, right? She's only 7 years old, but she's tall, right? Like I'm taller than average, right? I'm around 6'3". They're about 6'3", right? And my daughter is a tall child. She's a tall kid. So even though she's 7, she was tall enough to go in the go karts, right? So now she's had experiences with the car, because sometimes, like, I'd put my daughter in my lap and have her sort of like in an empty parking lot, sort of, steer the wheel and all of that sort of stuff. So she's had several instances of practicing where that's concerned, right? But that day last week, it was almost like she was off in the deep end because now she's so excited about going to the go-karts, but she hasn't really driven by herself without her father kind of putting her in his lap and then having her drive, right? So she experienced driving the go-kart or the bumper cart, the car bump, whatever that stuff is, right? The bumping go-karts. Let's just call it a go-karts, whatever, right? So she experienced that whole situation. And I know she wasn't comfortable because I saw how she was staring at first. Like she kept on going around in circles and she wasn't really able to control it and stuff like that, right? While I'm kind of laughing and then, people are kind of bumping into her. She wasn't comfortable, but I did prep her before she went there. Like, hey, listen, people are going to bump into you. This is a part of it. Don't get upset. Don't get mad. Don't any. So she wasn't upset. But I knew whenever she did get that bump or that hit, right, from the go-karts, I knew she was uncomfortable. So later on in the night, I called her and I asked her, I was like, Lily, did you have fun? You had fun when we went to Playland? Yeah, was it fun? Yeah, I had fun. What about the bumper cars, the go-karts? Did you have fun with that? Yeah, I had fun. I had fun. Was there anything that you didn't like about it? Right? So even though she's telling me the things that she did like about it, I knew on another level there were some things that she didn't like about it. So I asked her, what are some of the things that you didn't like about it? And this is when she opened up. I didn't like the fact that there was people hitting my cart. I didn't like the fact that it was kind of like shaking in the car when it was happening. So now she's opening up and sort of letting me know precisely what it is that she really feels, right? Whereas oftentimes people would be suppressing this into their unconscious, right? Let's say if it was something traumatic, they would suppress that into their unconscious and not be able to release it, right? To have daddy say, okay, all right, cool. Well, I understand how you feel about that situation, but that's a part of the game. And I'm glad you had fun. And there was other people that the same sort of thing was happening too, so that it gives you perspective. So I always want my child to have a mind of their own so that she can be the one that programs herself. So that whenever I tell her something or whenever anyone tells her something, she has her own mind to distinguish between what works for her and what does not work for her. What's right and what's not right. You understand what I'm saying? Because she is able to think for herself. And she doesn't have other people around her thinking for her. You know what I mean? So I think that's the way how I would redefine it, by sort of giving the power, taking the power away from the family. Not to say the family is not going to influence the child to do the right things or guide the child, right? But to put the power into the child to think for themselves. Not in all cases. Not if it's something detrimental, right? Where you have to step in, right? But in terms of thinking for themselves and practicing how to think for themselves and how to think independently, so that when they do become adults, they have already have experience with that sort of thing, right? And I hope that answers your question. I really sincerely hope that answers your question. I really do. Thrifty says that would be a nice video. I think that would be a brilliant, brilliant video. Joseph says, no, I'm Joe. Oh, she asked is he AI? I'm just kidding, Joe. Word salad, word salad, Joseph. No disrespect. Joseph Semet, obviously a family is where you from, and that's where you will get most of your character. It really has a huge impact with your personal choice. Yes, you have the freedom to choose. Whatever you want now reflects your roots. Okay? Chris Newton says Trump. Dogo says, look who's back. Big up yourself, Dogo. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. I hope you've subscribed to the channel, by the way, guys. Guys, we're still 3 subscribers away, and we have 12 minutes to get those 3 subscribers. I know we can do it. Will we do it? That's a completely different thing. I know we could get to 510 tonight, though. What's up, bro? How is it going? Says Andy Lewis. Andy Lewis, is going phenomenal, man. We're having a phenomenal live. We're having a phenomenal community discussion. Joseph is asking some brilliant questions. We have a lot of great people here. Thrifty Simplicity. Art is here. Who's this guy? Dogo just came back. And Chris Newton is here as well. If you encountered scientific evidence that fundamentally contradicts our current understanding of reality, how would you integrate this anomaly into your worldview? What implications would it have? If you encounter scientific evidence that fundamentally contradicts our current understanding of reality, well, before you got here, Art sort of said something, right, that really resonated with me and that I sort of believe on another level. Was it Art that said it? Somebody said reality isn't real. So yeah, if reality isn't real, then nothing that the scientists really say about reality is going to really stick. But if scientific evidence contradicts our current understanding and says that everything is real, how would you integrate this into anomaly into your worldview and implications, and what implications would it have? Well, if everything here is real, then honestly, I don't know. I don't think I would be doing anything differently, to be honest with you. I wouldn't change what it is that I'm doing. I wouldn't. Are you nonchalant dreadhead, says Cade. I don't know what that means. I'm not entirely sure what it is that means, to be completely honest with you. Joseph says last question. Hello, little boy. May I ask you a question, little bro? May I ask you a question, little bro? Says certified op. Go for it, certified op. Ask the question. Ask away. I'm studying Joseph's paragraph. It's critically in phantom realm of questioning. Yeah. Yeah, that Joseph is asking some questions that are far out tonight. If it's all real, you shouldn't waste the time. Yeah, I believe so as well. Joseph Semet. If that's the case, then our perspective of reality is simply not enough. It means that you should be open with the idea that there are than what we know right now. Everyone is always going to view the world a little different regardless, right? Because the eyes see and the mind perceives, like the ears hear and the mind perceives. I could hear a song and I absolutely love the song and I think it's the best song ever. And you might hear the song and think it's the stupidest thing you've ever heard. You know, I might see someone and I might think this is the most beautiful person that I've ever seen. And you might see that person and think, huh, look at that giant nose or whatever, right? It's like everyone kind of views the world differently. So no matter what evidence these people kind of bring, you're still going to interpret your own way regardless, right? Like you're still going to view it in a unique way, you know? Yeah, I mean, my main question is, are you from around here or what? Says certified op. I'm from around the way. I'm from the universe too. There are more than what we already know right now. Absolutely. There's so much more. We hardly know anything right now, to be honest with you. Sunil says, hey, Mark Henry, big up, Sunil. I ain't seen you in a while, my guy. How you doing? Morning. Good morning, my guy. Good morning. Wow, 31 likes, 123 seconds. Oh, I was wrong about how long we were going to go. So anyway, we're still going to go another 7 minutes. Another 7 minutes before we end the live. I thank you everyone for actually tapping in. Someone brought us back down to 506, but that's okay. It's cool. Today's another day. I say today's another day because yeah, today we should get down to like 520, something epic like that. And we're going to continue to push this content forward and do what it is that we do. Big ups to everyone that's now joining in once again. So do you know anyone around here? What did you check in? It says certified op. I'm going to block this guy because he's talking nonsense right now. Oh, undo. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, Sunil. I blocked you on accident. Blocked the wrong person just now. I was trying to block certified op, but I just brought you back. So hopefully you're still seeing what it is that we're saying. But yeah, certified op is just asking me stupid stuff. Did you check in? Did I check into what? What is he talking about? What's the quote of the day? Says Monkey. I think you should ask Joseph what's the quote of the day, because Joseph has all of the best questions. Maybe he could provide us with some answers. We may have a different view of things, but we cannot deny the fact that there are things that can't be changed. Yeah, but our interpretation of those things will always be different regardless of what it is that can or cannot be changed. We will always still view it from our own unique sort of perspective. You know what I mean? I like your two strands, says Huey. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Did them myself. There. Actually, I'm gonna pull them out tomorrow, and then I'm gonna wash my hair. Probably tomorrow. No. I'm probably gonna wash my hair Monday before I go to work. Yeah, so I'm gonna wash my hair Monday before I go to work, and then put them back in the two strands again while I'm at work. So yeah, I sincerely do appreciate that, guys. We've had a phenomenal live tonight, man. Tonight's live was lit. It was lit. Look, it's almost 2 a.m. right now. So we're gonna hang around for another like 4 or 5 minutes, right? And if you guys do have any more questions, please let me know. If you are faced with undeniable evidence that extreme work-life balance is crucial for long-term success and well-being, how would you radically adjust your career and proposal and personal life? Extreme work-life balance is crucial for long-term success. When you say extreme work-life balance, like, you kind of have to elaborate on what it is that you mean when you say extreme work-life balance, because I'm not quite understanding what it is that you mean when you say extreme work-life balance. Because extreme and balance, you know what I mean? Extreme kind of throws balance off a little bit. You know what I mean? So you'd have to kind of elaborate on what it is that you're saying right there. But if you mean like in terms of having a balanced life, how would I adjust? Well, I would probably just do this full time, and just because it would sort of like align with what it is that I want to do, and align with my personality a whole lot better. And I would probably just leave that job and just do this full time, right? Just connect with you guys full time, and travel the world, do vlogs, and things like that. So that's how I would radically adjust my career. That's how I would radically adjust it. Hi, says Elefante. Big up yourself, Elefante. Imagine millions of Earth's other intelligent life forms still in God's imagination. That's definitely a reality. We are just isolated from the other Earths. Yeah, isolated on one dimension, right? Because we could still close our eyes and go visit them. Time off, says Joseph. Kevin Conrad passed away, says Casey Ara. I cause trouble. He shows up. We both have laughs with Batman. Crime has no punchline. Mark Hamill. IBBB says Thrifty Simplicity. All right, guys, we had a phenomenal live tonight. It actually went on longer than I thought it was gonna go. We definitely reached our initial and exceeded our initial goal of getting to 500 subscribers. That was remarkable. So I really got to tip my hat off to each and every one of you for making this happen. The regular valued members such as Thrifty Simplicity, off of my top of my head, Owen, Reagan Riggs, Asia wasn't here tonight, but it's still cool. Art, he's here tonight. DJ Scoot 76, who was here earlier today. And all of the new members, right? Like, I'm not always going to remember everybody's name, like, but I just wanted to do that tonight because this was a very special stream. And I appreciate Joseph, man, for all of these brilliant questions that you came up with tonight. Brilliant, brilliant questions. I don't know where you came up with them or where you found them, but those questions were brilliant, and I sincerely appreciate each and every single question that you asked tonight. Although some of them did cause me to ponder. Yeah, it was wonderful questions. What's up, bro? Says Rajit Singh. Big up yourself, Rajit Singh. But guys, remember, tonight, before you go to your bed, say something, be kind to yourself. Say something kind to yourself. Keep yourself in high vibration, high frequency. When you wake up tomorrow, do the same thing. Keep yourself high vibration, high frequency. There are going to be people who try to knock you off your pivot, but you got to keep moving forward. You got to keep your head held high, and you got to keep working towards your goal, right? And this is what I do on a day-to-day basis every single day when I do this podcast, when I network with you guys, when I speak to you guys. And I appreciate everyone who has subscribed and liked the video. Thank you guys so much. What's up to everyone that's just joining us? Unfortunately, we are ending, but if you guys do subscribe, we will be back tomorrow to do multiple streams. When I say tomorrow, I mean today, later on today. But yeah, guys, have a phenomenal night, and I will see you guys later on. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.